Okay, everyone, welcome to the November meeting of the Club Sports Council. I want to thank everyone for your flexibility for rescheduling from last week. I don't know if any of you live in the part of town I do, but there was a big fire in my neighborhood and it knocked out the internet for the whole neighborhood for several hours. And so I just was not able to get online that day. So thank you for your flexibility. If you haven't already, follow that link in the chat to log your attendance. This is a new way of tracking who's here. It is different from the RSVP system. So even if you RSVP'd, make sure you still follow this link because this link will mark that you actually attended. So I can make sure I know that you were here. I'll send the link again out in a few more minutes too for any latecomers. But in the meantime, Christian, why don't you kick us off?
Hello, everyone. Thank you all, as Sarah said, thank you all for being very flexible and being able to attend this meeting. I know that on some unseen circumstances caused this to happen, but regardless, we're here and this is the last meeting of the quarter. It feels like the quarter flew by in a matter of minutes instead of weeks, but I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that. But to start us off and to sort of take attendance and just, get everyone talking and a little loose, I came up with a little icebreaker for us to talk about. And if you could choose to vacation anywhere between a beach, a safari, or a forest, which one would you pick and why? And if I had my own personal pick, I would love to go on a safari vacation because who doesn't love looking at a bunch of cool animals and exploring unknown lands? And I'll hand it off to Sarah for her to facilitate whoever answers next.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad I get to jump in between people because I'm going to have to think about that one for a minute. But thanks for kicking us off with another great question, Christian. So I'll go around the order I see everyone on my screen. I'd love if any of you that have your cameras off, if you're able to turn them on, that's great. If not, we understand. But it just helps us feel more like a family if we can see your happy faces. So we're going to start off with Lee from Ballroom. Lee, tell us about your club, what you've been up to, and where you'd want to go on vacation.
Hi, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I'm from Liam from Cal Poly Ballroom. We focus a lot on Latin and smooth styles of ballroom dancing specifically. It's a lot of fun. Come check us out on Thursdays. We have our meeting actually right after this, and we'll try to hop off of this and onto that at 7. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we've basically just been having weekly meetings. We have a coach or one of the more advanced students give a little demo about some more technique-specific moves, or just kind of elaborate on what kind of moves are in the syllabus for each dance piece. Sorry, that was kind of extended. Anyway, vacation spot. I see a lot of beaches, and as cool as a safari vacation would be, I feel like I'd just be stressed out because I'm not a spider guy, and like I'm cool with birds, but like if they're flapping towards you really loud, they can be really scary. So I'd probably go with the forest just because I like to have like peaceful vacations where I can like chill. So yeah, probably go with that of those 3.
Awesome. Sounds good. No one tell Lee that there are spiders and birds in the forest. Okay. We'll just let him keep that. Okay. Moving on down the alphabet. Next up, we've got Theo from bowling.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, I'm Theo from bowling. So far this quarter, it's been a struggle since you cannot bowl without a bowling alley. And yeah, it's just difficult. We have been holding bi-weekly meetings, obviously. Well, I guess not obviously, but our attendance is not what we wish it could be. So we are definitely trying to get the word out there about us. But in the past couple of weeks, actually, a few students have reached out to me showing interest. So that's really exciting. But yeah, just waiting for travel restrictions to change and bowling centers to open back up. And personally, I would definitely go to the forest. I love camping, love the outdoors. Yeah, I don't really have any dislike of the forest, so I would definitely choose that.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Leo. And I'm excited to hear that you've got some people reaching out to the team. That's great news. Okay, next up, we've got Sarah from Swim Club.
Hey, I'm Sarah. Recently for swim, we've been having bi-weekly meetings, kind of like Theo said, pretty low attendance, which is kind of sad. We've had a lot of swimmers getting in the water just on their own time. But mostly at our meetings, we give whatever updates there are to give, but usually there's not a lot. So we just end up playing games, which is fun, kind of like get the first years involved. And we also have a fundraiser on Saturday at Chipotle. So if you happen to be there from 5 to 9, definitely mention swim. And if I had to pick a vacation spot, I'd probably go with the beach. I grew up very far from a beach and I just absolutely love it. I do like forests too, but forests usually mean mosquitoes. So I have to go to the beach on this one.
Nice. Thanks for sharing, Sarah. I'm glad that swim people are able to get in the pool on their own time. You're one of the teams that's lucky in that aspect right now, so keep it up. Next up, we've got Cormac from men's volleyball.
Hey guys, yeah, like Sarah said, I'm Cormac Williams. I'm the president of men's volleyball. We haven't really been able to do a whole lot just because of the restrictions, and we haven't really had any meetings. But I have had some first years emailing us and letting me know that they're interested. So whenever we can do in-person things, I will be reaching out to them and all the other people in the program and letting them know what the plan is. As far as my ideal vacation spot, I do love backpacking. So probably forest, either that, or I've never really done like a vacation at the beach where you just like spend an entire week there. So I might actually go for the beach.
I hear that, Cormac. I am always the type that's like, I need a vacation. I'm going to sightsee for 14 hours a day and wear myself out and need a break when I get home. Yeah, I don't know what like vacation really means. But glad to hear people are interested on the team. That reminds me, for all of you, if you do get emails from people reaching out, even if you have no idea what's going on with your team, it'd be awesome if you could just reply to their email and be like, hey, I hear you, I'm adding you to my list or whatever. Encourage them to join you and engage so they're on that temporary roster, whatever, just so they feel like someone knows about them and that they've made a connection with someone. That'd be really helpful. Next up, we've got Jackson from fencing.
Hi guys, I'm Jackson Myers, president of fencing. Our club has been doing sort of bi-weekly social events like playing video games or doing sort of a movie night over Zoom. Otherwise, we've been kind of inactive like everybody else. And if I had to pick a vacation spot, I'd say forests and mountains all the way.
Nice, lots of forest people in this group. I'm surprised, but I'm loving it. I'm definitely loving the forest too. Thanks for sharing, Jackson. Sounds like you guys are at least having fun together as a group, so keep it up. Next up, we've got Cooper from tennis.
Hi everyone, I'm Cooper and I'm the club rep for tennis. And a couple of updates. We've had a lot of success actually with our contact list form that we had interested people fill out, and they filled out a Google form, and now they have access to hit with all the other people that filled out as well. So that's nice, because we can kind of still like hit a little bit, but obviously not as a team. And then also we've been participating in a couple of Gold Star challenges. So we did the voting challenge, the Mask Up Mustangs challenge, and then I think the costume challenge as well. So and then
and the selfie challenge too. You guys got a bunch of them.
Yeah. Yep. And then if I had to choose, I would choose the beach because I love the ocean.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Cooper. It's glad to know that there's some teams out there that have come up with some creative solutions like you. And I know some of the other teams too, where there's certain conditioning or activities that can be done in small groups or with roommates, with friends, things like that, without making it a full team practice. I do hope we can get back to that at some point. I know we will, just a matter of when. Next up, we've got Emma from field hockey.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm from field hockey, like Sarah said. We've been in a bit of a lull, I feel like, with events. So just trying to maybe plan one last thing before the quarter ends, but hopefully we can be a little bit more involved during winter. And I think there's been a couple people who've been interested, but haven't been able to do much. And if I could like go on a vacation in between those places, I'd probably choose the beach because I just love being in the water. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Emma. Speaking of going to the beach, did you all see the video of the whale that ate the kayaker in Avila last week? OM freaking G. Whew, I'm an open water swimmer and I love sharks, but I don't think I'm going to be able to swim in Avila for a while. um, Next up, we've got Sydney from rugby, right?
Water polo.
Oh, so sorry.
That's okay. Hi everyone. I'm Sydney Scow from the water polo team. We haven't really been doing a lot this quarter because we're technically not in our season, but I know next quarter we'll be Zooming and probably planning some like over Zoom workouts, dry land workouts. But I know a lot of people from our team have been going to the rec and swimming and, you know, staying in shape that way, which is good. My choice for vacation would definitely be the beach. I love the water, need to go surfing, and yeah, open water swimming as well. I like to do that too.
Awesome. Just watch out for those humpbacks. Next up, we've got Rui from badminton.
Oh, I'm Rishan. I'm Vice President of Badminton. We recently had a Halloween themed event over Zoom. We used the Zoom whiteboard feature where everyone can work on one whiteboard, and we kind of just drew Halloween themed pictures and stuff. And if I could choose a vacation place, I think I would go to the beach because I really like the ocean as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. I like that creative use of the whiteboard feature too. Any of you that are having technique sessions with your coaches right now or as a team, that's a great thing to do to work on diagrams for plays and things like that. So make sure you explore. There's the annotate features and the whiteboard features. There's a lot you can definitely do. You can pretend like you're John Madden, take old game footage and draw on it. So there's a lot you can do. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. Okay, next up we've got Kaylee from Women's Lacrosse.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm the president of the Women's Lacrosse team. So far, we've had our first guest Zoom speaker for our series with Victoria Garrick, and Men's Lacrosse joined us for that, which was awesome. Our next event was actually supposed to be today, but it'll be rescheduled for next week. So if any of you are interested, please contact us. We've also been having our coaches send out weekly workout packets, which have been going super well. And we've just been contacting our freshmen on and off to check in on how they're going. And as a vacation, I think I would do a safari, as that's something that I've never done before.
Great answer. Yeah, and I really enjoyed that session that you put on with Victoria Garrick. Kaylee, great job putting that together. She was super inspiring. If any of you were there, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm sure next week's speaker will be just as awesome. I look forward to it. Next up, we've got Spencer for men's soccer.
Hey guys, I'm Spencer from men's soccer. We haven't been doing too much as a club, but I have been getting a lot of interest from first years and keeping them involved and emailing back and forth. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet. And if I could go on vacation somewhere, it'd be the beach because I'm from California and I just can't get enough of the beach.
You all know we live here, right? And it's not a vacation, it's just our life. I love it. That's why we're here, right? Okay, next up we've got Douglas from men's basketball.
Hey everyone, how's it going? There's still really not much going on with us. We're just kind of hanging out, waiting for this all to end. So yeah. And if I could vacation somewhere, I'd go someplace with snow. I love skiing. Yeah.
Awesome. So some nice foresty, snowy hills. You like the powder?
Yep. Tahoe's the best.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Douglas. Maya from triathlon is up next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Maya. I'm secretary of the triathlon club. In terms of our team, we've been having bi-weekly meetings. We've been doing some Strava challenges to stay in shape. And also we have virtual TTs coming up this weekend. And then in terms of vacation, I would probably pick the beach because I really like the ocean.
Awesome. Sounds really fun. Okay, next up we've got Jonah from cycling.
Hey everyone. What do we have going on? We're meeting every week, lots of new interests, lots of new members. Everything's going well. Everybody's getting out and riding their bikes. Ooh, in small groups, but nothing as a club really, but yeah, it's been good. And then I would say, since every vacation I do is a bike riding vacation, and I've ridden a lot in the forest, I think safari would be pretty entertaining. See how quickly I get eaten or how long I last out there, but it'd be entertaining.
Who wins, Cheetah versus Jonah on a mountain bike?
Got some legs.
Thanks for
Oh,
sharing,
could you
Jonah.
also share the link again to the sign up?
Yes, I'll put it in just a second. Also, if any of you do mountain bike, they've got this cool fundraiser going on through this weekend and next weekend, where you can sign up and go ride a course on your own schedule and compare to the other times with other people. I think it's $5 collegiate, right, Jonah?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, so check it out if that's something you're interested in. Next up, we've got Jordan from women's soccer.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan. I'm the president of women's soccer. Not much has been happening club-wise. I mean, we can't really practice and things like that, but we've tried to get together for a few little like team dinners, things like that, just hanging out. And then just reaching out to some of like the new interests on the team for next year, just trying to keep them up to date. And then if I could vacation anywhere, it would be a beach, but it would definitely be like a tropical beach, not like cold water California kind of beaches. So yeah.
That sounds really nice, Jordan. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I could go for some warm tropical Hawaii weather or something right now. Next up, I'm gonna skip Sam because he looks really busy right now and I don't want him to burn himself. So we'll come back to him.
No, I can go. I can
go. You're good? Okay, go for it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just making dinner right now. Yeah, if I could choose from those ones, I'd pick the beach just because I feel like those other places kind of involve a lot of like planning and activity, and to the beach you can kind of just go and lay in the sand all day and not really have to worry about anything. So that'd be my pick.
Nice. And anything going on for roller hockey these days?
We're mostly just doing like strength and conditioning. We have workouts every week. Just trying to stay in shape and come back next year stronger.
Yeah, I like that approach. I think that's so important for all of us, whatever our sport is, to keep moving, because otherwise, if we try to jump right back in when we get permission to start practicing again, we're going to see a lot of injuries. So make sure that you're cross training, make sure that you're getting your core in, do some weightlifting, do all the stuff that you normally don't have time to do when you're in season. Do it now. I'm giving that advice to myself too. Francis from women's rugby. Or women's ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. I'm Francis. I'm the VP of women's ultimate. We've been hosting Zoom practices twice a week. So once a week we do like a workout together, and then the other day we have usually like a guest speaker come in and talk to us about like film or just other things related to ultimate frisbee. And we've also been participating in a lot of the Gold Star challenges. And if I could choose one location, it would be the beach, probably more specifically Hawaii, just because I like the beaches there a lot.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. And then also from Women's Ultimate, we're going to hear more from Kinsey in a little bit. She's one of our guest speakers tonight. But Kinsey, why don't you tell us where you'd want to go on vacation?
Hi, I'm Kinsey. I'm the social coordinator for Women's Ultimate. For vacation, I would go to the forest because I'm terrified of the ocean. And Sarah, your story horrifies me even more of it now. So thank you.
I'm sorry. I have a healthy fear of the ocean, but that video was scary. It just spit her right back out. But would you want to spend even 1 second in a whale's mouth? I personally would not. Thank you. And if you haven't seen it yet, you got to go just Google Avila whale kayak. It'll pop up. Next up, from women. Yeah, no, thank you. From women's basketball, we've got Amber.
Hello, everyone. I'm the president of Women's Club Basketball. So far with the club, there hasn't been a lot we can do. We're having an info session for interested first years next week. I've been emailing with quite a few of them, which is exciting. And I'm really trying to focus my attention to like really planning events for us next quarter. This quarter is kind of went by me really quick. So I'm going to try and be proactive about next quarter. And we've done a couple Gold Star challenges. So I'm seeing more engagement, which is exciting.
Yeah, awesome.
And, I want to go to a beach real bad. a warm beach, not
a warm beach.
Yeah, that's where I'd like to go.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Amber. We're really excited to see what your team puts together. And yeah, we've been loving your gold star submission, so keep it up. Next up, we've got Ryan from golf.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I'm the president of the club golf team. So as far as like group events, we haven't really done anything over Zoom, but we have had just a crazy amount of new membership. We have almost double the paid members that we normally do. What we've had in past quarters. So I think there's just a lot of enthusiasm for the discounts that we're getting over at Dairy Creek. They have a new facility over there that costs the city a lot of money, and they gave us a pretty cool discount. So I think from what I've heard, a lot of members are going out to try that thing in practice, which is cool. It's nice that we have that relationship with that business. And hopefully next quarter, I'm hoping to get a little bit more creative with the officers about kind of what we can do over Zoom regarding like practices. And for a vacation spot, I think I'd have to go with the beach, but I actually like cloudier beaches like Santa Cruz, stuff in San Francisco, maybe. That's home for me. So
I always think of that scene from 30 Rock. I think it's the very last episode, and one of the characters moving to San Francisco, and Tina Fey goes, "Have fun always carrying a light sweater." It's so true. Even here. Awesome. Well, thanks, Ryan. I'm glad to hear that the club membership has doubled. That matches up with what I had thought too. I've seen so many participation agreements come in from golf. You're lucky we got one of those sports that people can do on their own. So keep it up. Next up, we've got Melissa from, I think, women's volleyball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm Melissa. We haven't really been up to a whole lot, but we had a Zoom meeting and got to talk to some of the freshmen that were interested. So that was pretty cool. And then we also had a fundraiser at Chipotle. And I would definitely choose the mountains to go on vacation because I love to snowboard.
Awesome. It's getting to be that time of year. Next up, we've got Jack from sailing.
Hi, yeah, my name's Jack. I'm from the sailing team. My club has had weekly meetings via Zoom where we're doing instructional chalk talks. We're also doing some social events. We've been playing some Among Us recently. That's been a lot of fun. And luckily, because of our partnership with Morro Bay Yacht Club, we are able to get our members out in the water on their own time. They're able to take boats out. But it's been pretty good, all things considered, given the context of it all. And if I was to go on vacation in one of those three spots, I've seen plenty of forests, I've been to plenty of beaches, so I'm gonna have to pick the safari.
I like it. Always looking for something new and fun. Sounds great. Okay, next up we've got Jack. Jack, what team are you from? I don't think we've met yet.
Yeah, hi, sorry. I'm with my roommate Jake. We're just checking in because our water polo team president is like having a family emergency, so we just are chiming in. But yeah, we're on the water polo team. It's been kind of weird. We usually have like a preseason, but that didn't happen. And we kind of do all of our recruiting and communicating in the spring. And we were doing that. Kind of didn't really know what was happening, but we haven't really been doing much. You got anything to say?
No. Yeah. We're just hopefully we can do something like in the winter or spring. So, but yeah, nothing recently.
Where would you vacation?
Where?
Yeah.
Wherever there's sand but no water, probably.
So I'm going to go the safari option for you then.
Safari? Is there sand there?
Yeah, no water.
Sometimes. Awesome. Well, thank you for stepping in for Dustin tonight and sharing what the club's up to. Yeah, hopefully you can just encourage your guys to get in the water and get some swimming in on their own time. And hopefully we'll get back to things somewhat normal as soon as we can. Next up, we've got Kaye from rugby.
Yeah, I'm Kai. I'm the president of the Women's Rugby Club. Right now, our coach has been sending us weekly workouts, and so we're just getting to those when we can throughout the week. And then on top of that, we hold educational Zoom sessions almost every week where we get guest speakers to talk about anything rugby related. So that's been pretty cool. We had some cool guest speakers. And then we try to do some like Zoom socials every other week or so just to keep the team together in that sense. If I had to, my ideal vacation spot would probably be the forest. I think I'm a big forest gal. It just reminds me of home and surrounded by trees, cooler weather. It's pretty ideal.
Awesome. That sounds beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Kahe. Next up, we've got PJ from Water Ski.
Hey everyone, I'm PJ from Water Ski. The club has been meeting every few weeks just kind of checking in with the new members, bugging the old members. We had our fundraiser at Taqueria probably like a month ago now. That was fun. Got a lot of Mexican food, which is great. And then we've been trying to line up some potential like gear orders, but we're still not really sure what we're doing on that. But everyone still wants new water ski gear, even though we're not doing anything. So also, even if it were a normal season, we would be winding down right now. So I think the entire team is transitioning to snow skiing, which is going to be fun because that's where I'd go on my vacation is Mammoth Mountain tomorrow because they're opening and I'm stuck in slow.
Just remember, PJ, you're supposed to ski on your skis and not your face this year, okay?
I'll try my best. I'll try my best.
all the love.
Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, so for me, yeah, I'm a beach girl and a forest girl, but I got to go with those of you who said that they'd go on a safari because they've never done one before, especially because I've got one planned. As long as the world doesn't burn down in the next 18 months, I'm planning to summit Mount Kilimanjaro on March something, I can't remember the exact date, of 2022 with a group of fellow kidney donors. So if you don't know that about me, I've actually donated a kidney, and a group of us with one kidneys, we're all going to climb Kilimanjaro together and then do service in Tanzania because there have only ever been 6 kidney transplants in the whole country. And so we want to really help spread awareness about kidney health and kidney transplantation there. And then, if I'm going to go all the way to Africa, I'm definitely tagging on an extra week-long safari vacation. So I am super excited about that. Stay tuned for more if you're still around in a year and a half from now. Let's hear from Bella. Bella, tell us about your team, and then we'll get up to speed on your PR highlights. Oh, and where would you go on vacation, of course, too?
Obviously. Hi, I'm Bella. I am the current PR chair for Club Sports Council, and I am on the sailing team. For my vacation, I would probably do the beach because my family always used to go camping at the beach, and I really miss it. And I live in forest, so I see that all the time. We haven't had a full club sports meeting in a while, so there's a lot of Team of the Week updates. For October 15th, women's lacrosse, October 22nd, men's lacrosse, October 29th, tennis, November 5th, baseball, and then this week's Team of the Week is distance. If you want to be considered in the future, make sure to tag Club Sports. Our Instagram is right there. Just tag us in whatever you guys are up to, whether it's a fundraiser, social events, practices, whatever, and you can get considered.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. And if you're curious to find out why distance was named this week, make sure you read tomorrow's newsletter. It goes out every Friday and we do a little feature on the Team of the Week. Next up, we're going to hear from our Vice Chair of Operations, Ava. Ava, tell us what's going on with Gold Stars and tell us where you'd go on vacation as well.
Hi guys, I'd probably go on vacation to Tahoe right now. I love snowboarding and I miss it. So I'm hoping I'll get back in the winter. Gold Stars challenges, we had a lot this year. I'm really happy about the participation and I encourage you all to participate more. Next quarter, I'm sure we'll have some more challenges. This week we have Mask Up Mustang. So take a picture with your mask, like around slow, around campus, if you're in your room, just in your room, do it in your Zoom class, and then send it in and get some gold stars. The steps challenge is coming up. That'll be sent out in the newsletter tomorrow, so you can read up about that one. And of course, you can still get funding from community service and fundraising. I know it's kind of hard right now to do community service and fundraising, but we're all in college, we're pretty creative, and so get out there and figure it out.
Yeah, and remember things like donating blood count as service hours. So, keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be spending all day at a nonprofit. There's also things that you can do online. You can volunteer for document transcription services and things like that. It all counts. And if you're looking for more ideas, the Center for Service and Action has a great list of both in-person and virtual volunteer opportunities that you can do as individuals. Of course, we don't expect anyone to be doing a team community service effort right now because of the restrictions, but individual is great. So without further ado, I'll show us the Gold Star leaderboard. Ava, walk us through who our leaders. Oops, wrong button. There we go.
All right, so women's ultimate is killing it. Really proud of you guys. And tennis is doing awesome, and women's basketball. So that's our leaderboard right now. So as you can see, we have a lot of opportunities to earn some gold stars. And of course, I know we're not doing anything right now, like in regards to sports, but you guys can still earn money for funding if you want to buy new gear or maybe save some up for next year. So it's really important. Like, we're not doing anything else. We're not doing sports. So Gold Star challenges, this is the time to do it, get on it. And they're usually pretty easy. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. And, it's a fun way to stay connected. So keep it up. Hopefully next quarter, we'll see some more stars on the board, but good job for now.
Yeah, I really loved seeing all the posts, whether it was the voting or the Halloween costumes, or we got some great designs submitted for club sports apparel. So keep an eye on Instagram, because coming up soon, we'll be doing a vote off between the designs that were submitted. And so you as a group, all 600 of us get to vote on the winning design, and then we'll order a bunch and give them out to teams and make them available for order as well. A lot of you, when we were going around, were saying, hey, we're not really doing much right now. We're not really sure what to do. That's why we're doing these Gold Star challenges. We're trying to do the work for you to make it a little easier. So if you're trying to figure out what to do with your team to help bring people together, just really encourage them to participate in the Gold Star Challenge. It can be a really fun way to bring people together. One thing that was really successful in the spring was having inter squad competitions. I remember especially rugby and swim doing this, and maybe tennis too, where even like within the team, they were trying to see who could get the most gold stars for some of the different challenges. So just a suggestion. Of course, these are totally optional, but we're just trying to help give you some things to do in this strange time. Next up, we're going to hear from Annie with a finance update. And Annie, where would you go on vacation?
Yeah, hi, I'm Annie. I'm the finance chair, and I would go on a safari. I've never gone on one, and that's actually on my bucket list of things to do. I think it would be so cool. So that's where I'd go. And then for a quick budget update. So our budget hasn't really changed. The current balance is still $25,000, and the total available funds is $52,000. But as most of you guys know, at the beginning of the year, ASI allocated us $75,000 for the entire year. And then they gave us 50% of that, and then they held 50% of that in reserve. And then they said winter quarter, they were going to reevaluate if they had the funds to give it to us and if we still needed that money. So I wanted to give everybody an update about that 50% that we have held in reserve. And so first of all, thanks for everyone for sending in their budgets, their team budgets, because we were able to use that information to give a presentation to the business and finance team of why we needed some of that 50% that was in reserve. So to kind of clarify, we had every team send in two budgets. One budget was if this whole rest of the year was going to be virtual, and one budget if we were able to resume practice in kind of a somewhat COVID safe season. And then we kind of took the average between those two budgets, and we found that we would need our team allocation total to be $26,600. So once we added that with like our other expenses that we were going to need for the year, we were asking ASI to give us a total of $50,000 of that $75,000. So basically, we weren't asking for that whole 50% that they had in reserve. We were just asking for a little portion of that to get us to the $50,000 total. And so this coming Wednesday, we're presenting to the board of directors this information. So hopefully we'll kind of get an answer soon about that funding. But if anybody has any questions about kind of what I just went over, they can feel free to ask. But if not, we can just keep moving on.
Yeah, any questions about that? Great, you can always follow up with me and Annie too if you have any questions later, but we'll report back once we get an answer from ASI in terms of whether we'll be receiving any additional funds in addition to that 50% of our allocation that they originally gave us. Okay, next up, Christian is going to lead us through a conversation about the amended bylaws that I sent out last week.
Okay, so for those of you who did not get a chance to look at the bylaws that were handed out last week, basically what we're doing here today is we are voting on a bylaw amendment to either approve or not of Section 9 of Article 9, Section F, dealing with the quarterly budget roster and advising meetings due Friday of week 5. And we are just voting on whether or not we are going to add this to the section of events that can result in a fine if it comes late. The reason why we are talking about adding this onto this this section of the bylaws is because it not only is a pain for us, it's a pain for you guys as well. If you not get in your quarterly budget, your roster and advising meeting, your club doesn't officially get registered and doesn't go through. And if that happens, then there are just other unforeseen circumstances that could arise. So this is not only for us and finding more reason to find people, because believe me, we don't like finding people, but this is to be beneficial for all the teams as well.
Thank you, Christian, for leading us through that. Yeah, I like that outlook on it. You know, we're not trying to fine anybody. In fact, so much so that's why we voted on a bylaw amendment last year to make it official and make it the rule that any money we collect by through fines has to go back to the teams through the nationals funding. So we have guaranteed that all the money is going to go back to the team. So we're not looking to add anything. We're just looking to have that just that little follow-up, that follow-through when we have to collect this information anyway, and it's easier for us if we can set a deadline and have some sort of repercussion if that's not met, because the program Club Sports doesn't function as well if we don't get that information on time. So in a minute, I'm going to launch a poll. It'll have 2 questions. The first question is, do you vote to adopt the amended bylaws to incorporate editorial changes and previously approved amendments? So all you're voting on there is not this change, not item 2. This is just item 1. Do you vote to approve the bylaws that I sent out that just had some overall editorial or grammatical changes, typographical changes, and incorporating the 2 previous bylaw amendments that we've already passed, just so we can get them on file with the university? And then item 2 is a separate vote to, if we want to add this text to Article 11A 1F or whatever it is, to add quarterly budget roster and advising meeting Friday of week 5 as one of the enforceable by fine deadlines that are also listed in that area. Before I launch the poll though, does anyone have any questions on either the overall amended bylaws or this specific item?
Yeah, I have a quick question. How much would the fine be, or have you not determined that yet?
Great question, Emma. It would be the same as all of our other fines. It would be the $50 fine. Any other questions? Okay, so I'll go ahead and launch the poll. And again, just remember that the first question is just approving the bylaws that are just basically updated to have the right fonts, to have the right template language that we're required to have, and they include the information that we've already amended in the past. And then the second item, the second poll is, do you want to add that finable offense? So here we go. I'll give you a couple minutes to submit. And remember that it's just 1 vote per team. So make sure that if there's more of your teammates here, that you know who is submitting the vote. Give it about 30 more seconds. It looks like we've got almost everybody voted already. I feel like in honor of Alex Trebek, I should be playing the Jeopardy music. What a week, man. Him and Sean Connery. Okay, going once, going twice. Submit those votes if you haven't already. I think we got everybody. And sold. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share the results. Looks like overwhelmingly we've got a positive vote. I am going to verify both votes though, because we do have to have a 2/3 vote to approve. And so I just need to make sure there's no duplicate votes from teams in there. So I will send out the official results tomorrow because I'll have to download the poll results from Zoom first. Great. Thank you very much. And I'll send out an update on that. Next up, we have our guest speaker, Kinsey from Women's Ultimate and also from University Graphic Services to tell us about her project. Kinsey, take it away.
Sorry, Sarah, you muted at the very end. But is it okay if I share my screen?
Yes, let me give you the ability to do that. Okay, you should be able to now.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, and can you see this? Okay, great. It's odd, it says it's paused. I'm just gonna make sure that I can share it full screen with all of you. There we go. Okay, so hi, I'm Kinsey. I am one of the UGS project managers, and I am social coordinator on Ultimate Frisbee, like I said earlier. Today, I'm here to talk to you about University Graphic Systems, which is a student-run business on campus through Cal Poly in the graphic communication department. Sorry, I'm just doesn't let me go to the next. Sorry, having some technical difficulties.
No worries. We live in that world now constantly, don't we all?
I know. Okay, can you see what is UGS? Okay, great. So UGS, just a little bit about us. We are a group of 10 student managers who are running a small printing enterprise. We are all graphic communication majors, and this is how we're completing our senior project. And what we do is we print for the most part. Some of the things that we print are your typical essays, business cards, resumes, portfolios. Those are your standard, just print on paper, basic print services that are still important. And if you want to utilize those for your everyday individual needs, that's definitely great. I'm here more to talk to you about our specialty services because I think that's more what would apply to all of you and your teams. But just so you know, like that is something that we're capable of doing. We print a lot of brochures and pamphlets, book binding services, posters, wide format mounting, stickers, t-shirts, buttons, mugs, custom packaging is new this year, foil and varnish finishing, and design services. We mostly work within our graphic communication department because that's who knows about us, but that's why I'm here to talk to all of you today, is to get our name out there because we would love to work with club sports and help you with anything that you guys need for your teams. I know that there have been times where Ultimate has struggled with trying to figure out a good vendor to use for some of these services because it gets expensive and we only have so many funds. And we don't want to ask individuals on our team to spend a lot of money on things that we want. And so I just wanted to share this all with you because this is a resource you have on campus. So just to get into a little bit of what some of those things were, because not all of it is completely self-explanatory. For the book binding, that would be within saddle stitch, perfect, and spiral binding. So I gave a couple, or I brought a couple examples to share with all of you. So if you can also see my camera, this is an example of a perfect bound book. Saddle stitch book just has like 2 staples on the side. And a spiral bound book is like your typical notebook, which this is one that I actually designed for UGS. And something that you guys could have as well for your teams if you wanted to get individualized notebooks or custom notebooks. That is something that we would be capable of printing for you. Wide format printing, I think, is also something that your teams would be utilizing a little bit more often, especially when things go back to normal and
events like Wow Showcase, it would be a good time to have a big poster with your name on it for your club. And other times that you have to go and pitch yourselves for people to join your team, we can print wide format posters for everyone. And then the foil and finishing services are also not super self-explanatory. So I just wanted to provide pictures of what those two things were in case that was not clear. The last thing that I wanted to touch upon was the specialty services that we offer, because this is what I anticipate mostly what would be best used, what you would use UGS best for. And that's things like t-shirts and mugs and stickers. So these are examples of t-shirts that we have printed at UGS. They're one color ones are the examples that I have right now, but we are capable of printing multiple on t-shirts. So if you were looking for an easy way to get t-shirts not shipped to you and do that within your local business, that would be very easy done at UGS. Another option is mugs. These are ones actually designed by interns within our company. So you could do a custom design that we could print. And the last thing I brought were some stickers. And I know that's something that my team has specifically looked at multiple times into doing. And we've always just kind of found ourselves a reason to not, because of shipping and how long they would take. But our turnaround time for stickers is really fast. It's within a week. And most of the time, the pricing of mass quantities of stickers ends up being less than $1. So it's very affordable to do it within UGS. I know I went through all of that pretty quickly. This is the last thing I wanted to bring up. This is our website. And we also offer design services. So if you are thinking about rebranding your club sport, or if you wanted to get a new website going, that is something that our two really great design managers take care of. And so if you're not really looking for print-based services, we also offer that. Any sort of marketing collateral you would need, if you wanted us to create some sort of graphic for your Instagram, help you rebrand a logo, that's also something we're capable of doing and have two design managers. So I just wanted to show you our website. This was designed by our marketing managers this year. All of the information about what UGS is and how to use our services, it's on here. Super easy link, just ugs.calpoly.edu. And this is also an example of a website that our marketing managers redid for this client, Stephen Day. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I left our contact information on the screen. So if you just wanted to take a screenshot of that, this is the email that gets responded to the most. And so if you were looking to utilize any of UGS's services, or if you had questions about it, that would be the best email to contact. And I also provided my email at the bottom, just in case you wanted to talk to me specifically. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about UGS. And thank you, Sarah, so much for letting me come and talk.
Yeah, awesome. This is so cool, Kinsey. I knew that UGS was a thing, but I didn't know until today, or I was looking at the website, that I found out that you did all the t-shirts and stickers and stuff. Like, I know our rugby team does stickers, triathlon has done stickers. I'm sure other teams do as well. And so there's some really cool options for all of you out there. And I know it's definitely something the council will look to using going forward too. So thank you so much for your time, Kinsey. It was awesome to have you share.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for letting me. I used to come to club sports meetings a lot, so it's nice to be back.
Awesome. Okay, so last up are just some quick updates from me. I don't really have anything, unfortunately. So I was at a meeting on Tuesday with all of student affairs staff, and President Armstrong spoke, and he shared that they would be releasing the winter plan for or this week. And so I was hoping that maybe I'd have that before tonight so that I could reflect that back to all of you to say, hey, here's the information that we have for what clubs are doing for winter. But unfortunately, it hasn't come out yet. Maybe it will tomorrow. But as of this moment, I don't have any information yet about what's going on for winter. That's not too surprising. I was pretty sure we weren't going to get that before November. And I think a lot of what happened with Halloween is going to play into their decision. And so as soon as I know anything, I'll definitely let all of you know. But for the meantime, I think we need to just proceed to plan as normal, start thinking about ways to keep your team cohesive over the holidays and ready to get back together again in winter maybe, but I'll keep you posted. Other than that, keep an eye out for those Gold Star challenges. The two that we have going on right now are the last two for the quarter. They're going to run extra long through the first week of December, so you'll have time to complete them. And then we'll have a fresh batch in the winter. And then we did set the dates for our Winter Club Sports Council meetings, so those are up on the screen. So bookmark those, mark them in your calendar. They'll be the same time, Thursdays at 6:10, and I'll of course create them as events and engage and send out reminders as well. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Great meeting. I loved hearing what all your teams were up to and what your vacation plans are for back when we get to travel again. And I'll of course stick around if you have any questions for me or any of the executive board. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thanks.